Here's your balloon. None of these suits are right.
You and I will be perfecting what comes.
Your Neighborhood is Friendly. The newest episodes of Spider-Man have just been released, and they feature a number of new MCU villains attacking the streets of New York, as well as Peter Parker's new alliance with Norman Osborn. As Spider-Man continues to develop into the hero he was destined to be, new enemies and allies appear in this alternate MCU timeline, and Norman's plans for the future with Spider-Man are unveiled after he uncovered Peter Parker's alter persona in the previous episode. Therefore, the third, fourth, and fifth episodes of the series cover a lot of material. In this parallel reality, Norman Osborn replaces Tony Stark in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man episodes 1 and 2. Offering Peter a position in the Oscorp internship program. But these new episodes expose his actual motivations, particularly once he sees surveillance footage of Peter donning his Spider-Man outfit. In light of that, the following is a summary of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man episodes 3, 4, and 5, along with an explanation of their conclusions. When Norman asks Peter to a private dinner, he discloses that he had previously suspected Peter of having a connection to Spider-Man when he had located him after saving Harry. After first turning down Norman's offer of a partnership, Peter decides to stay on as an intern at Oscorp in order to assist May with her bills. In the meantime, Andre, Lonnie's younger brother, joins the 110th Street Gang, a local gang. Lonnie enters the gang's headquarters to get Andre, but Big Donovan, the gang's leader, has him join the group in exchange for letting Andre free. Local thieves Maria Vasquez and James Sanders loot a jewelry store after obtaining high-tech gloves and boots from an unidentified benefactor. Spider-Man battles Maria and James, but the couple swiftly outwits him. With the help of Norman, Spider-Man manages to defeat the two criminals and notices the same logo from Butane's equipment on James' boots. Recognizing that he needs help, Peter accepts Norman's partnership offer. Norman has Peter try on different suits and identities that Oscorp has created for him to increase his armory, since he feels that he and Peter must take on the role of Guardians of New York because the Avengers are split over the Sokovia Accords. But the majority of the suits provide a range of outcomes. Lonnie is threatened and pursued by the Scorpions, a rival gang commanded by Mac Gargan, while Big Donovan has him go out to fetch some food for the 110th Street Gang. Donovan keeps Lonnie in the gang and defends his family by using the Scorpions' knowledge of him as leverage. Norman gives Peter a better, whiter version of Spider-Man's suits after realizing that he should have something more akin to what he knows, which enables him to save onlookers who were caught in the crossfire of a group of Russian criminals trying to flee. He unintentionally tells Harry who he is when he gets back to Norman's office. While the majority of the Russian criminals are apprehended, Milo Masaryk manages to get away and delivers the stolen money to Otto Octavius, the benefactor who gives the crooks their high-tech equipment. Otto, who intends to utilize the money he's been earning from criminals and the technology he's created to establish himself, provides Mila a helmet that can shoot lasers from her forehead and analyze her opponent's moves. In order to cover for him when he's busy, Norman determines that Harry should be a part of his collaboration with Spider-Man. Mila, who goes by Unicorn, fights Spider-Man and aids her friends in breaking out of jail. After using him as bait in their battle, she almost kills Spider-Man, but her accomplice Mikhail Sitzevich stops her, allowing Spider-Man to capture them. Even when Spider-Man saves his life, Mikhail swears to get retribution for his captivity. Nico is unhappy when Peter invites Harry to go to the movies with them. Lonnie is compelled to skip football practice once more in order to assist the 110th Street Gang in their turf war with the Scorpions. He gains the gang's esteem and the nickname Tombstone after rescuing Big Donovan from Gargan. In Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Episode 3, Norman extends an invitation to Peter for dinner, acknowledging that he is Spider-Man and that he owes Peter a debt of gratitude for saving his son Harry. Norman also says he wants to help Peter become a better hero. From a robotic dumpster, two crooks, Maria Tarantula Vasquez and James Speed Demon Sanders, by odd technology that has the same brand as Butane's gloves from the previous episode, a member of the 110th Street Gang has caught up with Lonnie's brother, Andre. Lonnie becomes a member of Big Donovan's gang in return for Andre being abandoned, after Norman offers to be Peter's man in the chair and assist Spider-Man in defeating Tarantula and Speed Demon. Parker agrees to work with Norman as his new mentor. Dr. Connors and Peter are developing a magnetic generator in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man episode 4. Before he is summoned to Norman's office, Peter and Harry have a brief encounter before Norman gets to work out his ideas for what he sees as a better generation of heroes than the ones we have now, one in which Spider-Man can effectively serve as the cornerstone of the future. After experimenting with various versions of a new suit, Norman and Peter decide on a mostly white outfit with blue and red accents. Lonnie finds herself torn between the competing Scorpions, led by Mac Gargan and Carmilla Black, and the 110th Street gang. While their companion Mila Masaryk manages to get away, Dmitry Smerdyakov, Mikhail Sitsovic, and Roxana Volkov are apprehended and taken into custody. To buy advanced weapons from Otto Octavius, also known as Dr. Octopus, Peter Parker is revealed to be Spider-Man to Harry Osborn. It is established in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man episode 5 that Otto is selling his inventions to criminals because he wants credit for his work and thinks he is as intelligent as Norman Osborn, Bruce Banner, or Tony Stark. Norman chooses to formally add Harry to Team Spider-Man so that he may act as Peter's dude at the desk in Norman's absence. Because of his time with the 110, Lonnie finds it difficult to go to football practice. Peter and Harry begin to get along and become friends. Spider-Man shows they're just as Mila, the unicorn, breaks out her fellow Russian goons. The only one who stays with Mila is Mikhail. Lonnie saves Big Donovan's life during the 110's fights with the Scorpions. Mikhail, also known as the Rhino, takes Mila's helmet and spares Spider-Man's life before he and Mila are jailed after Spider-Man saves him after the unicorn uses him as bait. Peter offered Harry to join them, but Nico wanted to just watch a movie with him. Big Donovan bestows the new moniker Tombstone on Lonnie after being impressed by his courage and ability to save his life, a clarification of the new Spider-Man costume that essentially lays the groundwork for the future. Peter receives any support he can from Norman Osborn to help Spider-Man become the greatest superhero he can be in New York because he saved his son Harry. Norman also sees a new generation of heroes that can surpass the existing Avengers, who are dealing with issues of accountability and collateral harm as a result of the Sokovia Accords. Norman wants to help Spider-Man reach the next level so that he can serve as the model for superheroes in the future. Peter and Norman eventually decide on a mostly black and white costume that resembles Websliner's iconic Future Foundation suit from the comics after a number of suits turn out to be failures. This version does, however, include distinctive red and blue accents on the sides, indicating that it is merely a prototype suit prior to Peter's final and more famous garment, similar to the one he has been sketching in his notebook. However, the white outfit that is currently in use is a significant improvement over what Peter had been using alone. Lonnie first joined the 110th Street gang in order to save his brother, but it appears that escaping Big Donovan's hold may become more difficult. In addition to missing football practice already, Lonnie appears to be beginning to appreciate the sense of security, fraternity, and camaraderie that the gang offers, particularly after rescuing Big Donovan from the Scorpions and gaining the moniker Tombstone. Therefore, it appears that Lonnie's situation would only worsen as Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man goes on. Lonnie Lincoln, better known as Tombstone, is the iconic New York mob leader who operates out of 110th Street, as comic book fans are aware. Therefore, Lonnie's new moniker and association with the 110 are undoubtedly unfavorable. And it appears probable that he will become the gang's leader by the end of the series. It is unclear, though, whether Tombstone from Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man will eventually acquire the same abilities as he does in the comics thanks to a poisonous gas that alters his skin and gives him superhuman strength and invulnerability. Otto Octavius's official entrance in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Episode 5 is also highly intriguing, since it confirms that he is the brains behind all the sophisticated robots and weapons that have been coming into the hands of various villains in New York. Although the future Dr. Octopus has not yet revealed his iconic mechanical arms, he closely resembles the early illustrations by Spider-Man artist Steve Ditko. Just as enormous as it appears on paper, Otto's ego feels that his brilliance is far more admirable than that of jerks like Bruce Banner or Tony Stark. In light of this, it makes sense that Otto is only beginning his work in this parallel MCU timeline, having successfully created Butane, Tarantula, Speed Demon, and Unicorn. Before he might use his deadly arms to confront Spider-Man directly, he will probably be in charge of other enemies that Spider-Man must defeat by the end of his new series. In any case, it will be fascinating to watch where your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man goes after these new episodes. And subscribe for more videos. Keep the magic of movies alive until the next time, signing off from FK Bytes.